Welcome to today's deep dive. We're headed to a place you might not usually think of when it comes to cutting-edge AI,
Okay,
Heilongjiang province in northeast China.
interesting.
Yeah, so we're looking at this article from TATANKA site,
hmm
and they call Heilongjiang an unexpected AI hotspot.
Huh.
So our mission today is to kind of figure out, what's going on,
Mm.
what's making this region a potential AI powerhouse.
Whoa.
So get ready for some fascinating insights. Think high tech meeting ancient agricultural wisdom,
Wow.
international collaborations, and even
Oh,
a story about a coder named Jia who's bridging the gap between tradition and AI.
it's so interesting how we tend to picture places like Silicon Valley when we think of AI.
Right?
Heilongjiang's story really flips that on its head.
It makes you wonder, what are the ingredients that go into making an AI powerhouse,
Yep.
especially one that we might not see coming?
Exactly.
The article starts with a quote from Dr. 𝗧𝗕ᗕ, who's a top AI researcher. And she emphasizes how important it is for industry and local governments to work together for AI to really take off.
Right.
I feel like that's kind of a clue to how Heilongjiang is approaching this.
The article highlights a few factors that make Heilongjiang unique.
Okay.
The first one they mention is
Well,
location. Yeah, Heilongjiang shares a border with Russia,
Okay.
and it's strategically positioned in something called the Sino-Russian Innovation Corridor.
Okay, so help me understand that a bit more.
Sure.
What exactly is this corridor, and how does it connect to AI?
So think of it as like a bridge for collaboration between China and Russia
Okay.
on all sorts of tech fronts,
Uh-huh.
especially in fields like robotics and big data analytics,
Mm-hmm.
which go hand in hand with AI.
Yeah.
And being right in the middle of this corridor gives Heilongjiang a front row seat to all of that.
So they're not just geographically close, they're actually working together on AI projects.
Exactly. They're already involved in initiatives that use AI for things like cross-border trade.
Interesting.
For example, they're implementing automated customs systems and AI-powered supply chain management.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense, but location can't be the only thing they have going for them, right?
Definitely not. The article goes on to talk about Heilongjiang's strong foundation in agriculture and industry,
Okay.
which might not seem immediately relevant to AI,
Right, I don't usually think of farms when I think of high-tech AI.
but it actually gives them a surprising edge.
How so?
Well, consider this. Heilongjiang is one of China's biggest agricultural producers.
Really?
Think about all the data that comes from their farming operations.
Yeah.
All that information is super valuable for developing AI applications,
Okay.
especially in the field of precision agriculture.
Precision agriculture. How do you even begin to translate centuries of farming knowledge into something that an AI can understand?
It's about finding those connections between traditional practices and data-driven insights. For example, they're using AI to optimize planting and harvesting, monitor crops with drones, and analyze data to predict the best ways to manage resources.
Wow.
They're taking all that accumulated farming wisdom and combining it with the power of AI.
That's fascinating. It's like they're not just throwing out the old ways, they're
Yeah.
actually integrating them with the new.
Exactly. And this approach extends to their industrial sectors as well.
Interesting.
They're using AI for predictive maintenance in factories to prevent breakdowns
Uh-huh.
and optimize energy usage in their manufacturing, mining, and energy industries.
Okay, so we got this strategic location, a wealth of data from both agriculture and industry. What else is in the mix?
The article highlights the role of something called the Harbin High-Tech Industrial Development Zone,
Okay.
which has become a hub for both established tech companies and AI startups.
Interesting.
And then you have institutions like the Harbin Institute of Technology,
Hmm.
known for its expertise in robotics and machine learning.
Wow.
They're supplying the brains, so to speak,
Yeah.
turning out highly skilled graduates who are fueling this AI boom.
So they're not just relying on outside companies. They're
Uh,
cultivating their own talent pool.
Exactly. And the government is playing a big role, too.
Oh, okay. How so?
At both the national and provincial level, they've created policies to attract investment in AI,
Okay.
offering things like subsidies and tax incentives.
Wow.
They're also making sure the infrastructure is there, investing in things like 5G networks and data centers,
Right.
which are essential for AI development.
It sounds like they're creating a really fertile ground for AI to take root.
Yeah, and flourish.
It's not just about the quantity of data that they have. but also the variety.
That's right.
They've got agricultural data, energy data, forestry data. This diverse data set allows them to develop AI applications that are really tailored to their specific needs.
And expertise.
It's like they're building a custom-made AI ecosystem, drawing on all these unique strengths.
Right, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
And then on top of all of that, the article tells a really captivating story about a coder named 𝗧𝗧𝗪.
Oh, cool.
Who's bridging the gap between tradition and AI in a really interesting way.
I'd love to hear more about 𝗧𝗪.
Well, she grew up in a farming family in Heilongjiang and saw how valuable the wisdom passed down through generations was. But she also saw the potential for AI to enhance those traditional practices.
Makes sense.
So she took her coding skills to the Harbin High-Tech Industrial Development Zone and teamed up with researchers to create something truly unique.
What did they set out to do?
They wanted to build an AI model that didn't just learn from data, but also from the knowledge of Heilongjiang's farming communities.
Interesting.
𝗧𝗪's own grandmother, with her deep understanding of traditional farming practices, became one of their first collaborators.
So they were trying to feed the AI centuries of experience and observation.
Yeah.
Not just raw data.
That's a really cool concept.
And the result of this collaboration was the Whispering Code.
The Whispering Code.
An AI platform that balances data-driven predictions with indigenous knowledge.
Wow, so they're helping farmers make better decisions that respect their traditions while improving their livelihoods.
Exactly.
This is a perfect stopping point for part 1 of our deep dive into Heilongjiang. We'll be back with part 2 to explore what this Whispering Code actually does and how it's impacting the region. Welcome back to our deep dive into Heilongjiang's AI scene. That story about 𝗧𝗪 and the Whispering Code really got me thinking about how they're approaching AI in a way that's so different from what we usually hear about.
It definitely challenges our assumptions. They're not just chasing the latest AI trends. They're thoughtfully weaving AI into the existing fabric of their society, their economy, even their culture.
It's almost like they're creating a new kind of AI, one that's deeply rooted in their specific place and traditions. But why should anyone outside of Heilongjiang care? What are the broader implications of their story?
That's the key question, isn't it? Heilongjiang's experience offers valuable lessons for other regions looking to integrate AI, even those without a strong agricultural base like theirs.
Give me some examples. What can other regions learn from Heilongjiang?
Well, first, it highlights the importance of collaboration. Their success isn't just about government policies. It's about partnerships between government, industry, universities, and even local communities. Everyone has a stake in the success of AI.
So it's about building an ecosystem where everyone feels ownership.
Exactly.
Not just imposing technology from above.
And that leads to the second point. Customization. Heilongjiang isn't trying to be a Silicon Valley copycat. They're focusing on areas where they have a natural advantage, leveraging their unique data sets and expertise. For example, they've become leaders in cold climate agriculture solutions.
Interesting.
Using AI to help farmers deal with the challenges of shorter growing seasons and harsh winters.
That makes sense. It reinforces the idea that AI isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It needs to be tailored to specific contexts.
I think Heilongjiang's story also challenges us to rethink the relationship between AI and tradition. We often see it as a clash between old and new. But they're showing us it doesn't have to be either or.
They're finding ways to bridge that gap, using AI to amplify and preserve their cultural heritage, not erase it.
Precisely, the Whispering Code is a perfect example of that.
Let's delve a bit deeper into how it actually works. Imagine a farmer is trying to decide when to plant their crops. The AI using weather data and soil analysis might recommend a specific date.
I can see how that would be useful.
But then the Whispering Code also incorporates traditional knowledge. Like the lunar calendar or observations about certain bird migrations that have been passed down for generations. This additional layer of information might lead to a slightly adjusted planting date that's actually more in tune with the local environment.
So the AI is learning not just from data, but from human experience and wisdom that's been accumulated over centuries.
And the results have been impressive. Farmers who were initially hesitant about using AI have seen the benefits firsthand. The Whispering Code has helped them increase their yields,
reduce their reliance on pesticides, and even predict potential problems before they arise.
It sounds like they're really onto something special.
But stepping back for a moment, the article also mentions other regions in China that are emerging as potential AI hubs.
It briefly touches on places like Xinjiang and Inner Mongolia,
Okay.
while it doesn't go into detail. It does make you wonder what their AI journeys might look like.
It seems like China is taking a multi-pronged approach to AI development, nurturing innovation in diverse regions across the country.
It's not just about competing on the global stage.
Right.
It's about recognizing that different regions have different strengths and fostering those strengths to create a more dynamic and robust AI ecosystem within China.
If Heilongjiang can achieve so much with its unique approach, what could these other regions with their own unique resources and expertise accomplish?
That's a fascinating question. We know Xinjiang, for instance, is a major hub for renewable energy.
Okay.
How might that shape their AI development?
Perhaps they'll become leaders in AI-powered smart grids, or develop innovative solutions for managing solar and wind power.
It's like a giant experiment is unfolding, and we're just beginning to glimpse the possibilities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for now, let's bring our focus back to Heilongjiang.
Okay.
We've talked about the positive aspects of their AI journey, but are there any potential challenges we should consider?
That's a good point. Every region faces its own set of challenges. What are some things Heilongjiang needs to be mindful of as it moves forward?
Well, one issue is the digital divide.
Okay.
While they're investing in infrastructure, there are still rural communities with limited internet access.
Right.
Bridging that divide will be crucial to ensure everyone benefits from AI.
That's a common challenge as technology advances. What else?
Another potential issue is brain drain.
Brain drain.
While the Harbin Institute of Technology produces highly skilled graduates,
Yeah.
there's a risk some will be lured away to bigger tech hubs like Beijing or Shenzhen. Attracting and retaining top talent will be crucial for long-term success.
I can see how that could be a concern. What about the potential social and economic impacts of AI? Are there concerns about job displacement as certain tasks become automated?
Those are valid concerns and something to watch closely.
Okay.
However, Heilongjiang's approach of integrating AI with existing industries and practices might actually help mitigate those concerns.
How so?
Instead of replacing jobs entirely, they're focusing on using AI to enhance productivity and create new opportunities within traditional sectors.
Okay.
For example, those farm workers whose tasks become automated might be trained to operate or maintain the AI-powered equipment, creating new skilled positions.
So it's not just about blindly adopting technology,
Right.
but thinking carefully about how to integrate it in a way that benefits everyone.
Exactly, and I think this is where the symbolism of the whispering code becomes even more significant.
Okay, I'm ready to dive into that. How does the whispering code represent something bigger than just an AI platform?
That's a perfect segue into part 3 of our deep dive.
Oh.
Join us next time as we unpack the symbolism of the whispering code and explore what it tells us about the relationship between AI tradition and the future of humanity.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into Heilongjiang's AI scene. We've covered a lot of ground from their strategic location and collaborative approach to that fascinating intersection of AI and agriculture.
And now we're ready to unravel the deeper meaning behind the whispering code. As the article suggests, it's more than just a tool.
Right.
It's a symbol of something much bigger.
Okay, I'm all ears. What does the whispering code symbolize, and how does it connect to the broader conversation about AI and humanity?
On one level, it represents the balance between tradition and innovation,
Okay.
showing us that we don't have to choose one over the other. It's about listening to the whispers of the past.
The accumulated wisdom of generations.
Right, and blending those insights with the power of data and algorithms.
So instead of AI replacing human knowledge and experience, it's about finding ways for technology to enhance and preserve what we've learned over time.
Exactly. The whispering code suggests that the most effective AI solutions are those that are deeply rooted in local contexts, cultural values, and historical knowledge.
It's a good reminder that AI isn't a neutral tool. It's shaped by the people who create it and the values they embed in it.
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
And in Heilongjiang's case, those values include a deep respect for tradition, a strong connection to the land, and a collaborative spirit. They've managed to weave those values into their approach to AI in a really intentional way.
It makes you wonder, what if this approach was applied on a larger scale? What if AI development globally was guided not just by efficiency and profit, but also by this kind of deep understanding of human needs? cultural values, and local contexts?
That's a really thought-provoking question. It suggests a future where AI is not something we fear,
Right.
but something we partner with, a tool that helps us solve complex problems,
Yeah.
while also preserving the things that make us human.
It's a much more hopeful and empowering vision than the dystopian scenarios we often see in science fiction.
Right. And it raises important questions for us to consider as we move forward.
Like what?
How can we ensure that AI development is guided by ethical considerations and human values? How can we encourage more diverse perspectives in AI, drawing on wisdom from different cultures and traditions?
Those are big questions, but they feel incredibly relevant as AI becomes more pervasive in our lives.
And I think Heilongjiang's journey gives us a starting point.
Okay.
It shows us that we have a choice in how we shape the future of AI. It doesn't have to be something that just happens to us.
Right.
It's something we create together.
It sounds like their approach is all about finding a balance,
Yeah.
embracing the power of technology while holding on to the wisdom and values that have guided us for centuries.
Exactly. And that's why the whispering code is such a powerful symbol. It represents a future where AI doesn't just process data, but also listens to the whispers of the past. A future where technology and tradition can coexist and even enhance one another.
This has been a fascinating deep dive into Heilongjiang's unique approach to AI. I'm walking away with a lot to think about.
Me too. It's inspiring to see a region that's not just adopting AI, but shaping it in a way that reflects their own values and priorities.
And for our listeners, as you go about your day, consider this. What can we learn from Heilongjiang's story? How can we apply those lessons in our own communities and industries? How can we each contribute to a future where AI empowers humanity and helps us build a better world?
Thank you for joining us on this journey to Heilongjiang. Until next time, keep diving deep and keep exploring the world with curious minds and open hearts.